Hello everyone, Christine Phillips here again to talk to you about Dream, how to be intentional with your time and set some goals and a plan to achieve your goals. And today we're going to talk about the D in Dream, which is document. Now, most of us are already documenting our lives using this. Our cell phones. We're taking pictures of events and achievements and accomplishments in our lives, and sometimes we're even sharing those on social media. This is actually a good thing and a good way to document your life. Keep doing that. I think it's very helpful when you're looking back at those pictures just to see what you have accomplished. But there are 3 other things that we should be documenting in your life that I'd like to share with you. Let me share my screen and we'll go through them. So the first item are our commitments, and our commitments should be shared in a calendar. The second items we should be documenting are our tasks, our daily to-do list, and this should go in some sort of a to-do list. And then third is kind of your everything else category. You need a place to be able to easily document just some general information that you come across in your day-to-day life in a notebook or in a journal. I have a tendency to take a lot of notes, but we all need a place beyond just the typical sticky note where we can keep information and access it easily. Now, what we use to document our commitments, tasks, and general information is very personal. It's very much based on your lifestyle and your personality and what you select. I'm not going to give you just one solution as to where to document these items, but I do want to go over the different options and some ideas of what to look for in a way to document your calendar, your task, and your general information. Whatever you select, there's 2 rules that you should follow. One, it should be portable. So a lot of times we use our phones for this type of thing because it's something that we already have with us and we're keeping with us wherever we go. 2, it's something you need to use every day. So you need something that you know that you can build a habit of using every day. And when I say use, at a bare minimum, you need to be looking at your calendar and your to-do list every day. You need to at least look at it and see what commitments and tasks you have scheduled for that day. So let's go through some of the options we have here. First, we're going to go through the digital option. Now, notice I said digital and not cell phone. You want, in a digital option, you want a way to be able to not only access it on your phone, but also access it on your computer. This is particularly helpful if you have a desk job that you can log in to your account on your computer to be able to take a quick look at your calendar or your to-do list. Now, the 2 most popular options out there are ones that you may already have email accounts for. If you have a Microsoft account or a Google account, like a Gmail account, then you already have a digital calendar and to-do list available to you. So Microsoft, our email system is called Outlook. And in Outlook, if you log into your Outlook email online, you will notice over on the bottom right-hand side, bottom left-hand side of the screen, you'll notice these icons that are shown here. One that gives you access to a calendar and one that gives you access to Microsoft's task app, which is called Microsoft To Do. So these are already available to you and they have at least comparable apps on your phone. Now for your phone, the calendar is actually built into the Outlook email app. So if you have the Outlook app on your phone, it not only has your email, but it also has this calendar. The app for your phone that you want to look for is simply Microsoft To Do. Now in Gmail, these are the icons that are over on the right-hand side. If you have a Gmail account and you log in, you'll see the symbols that are shown here to access your calendar and what's called Google Tasks. Now, they also have comparable apps, and these apps are available on Android and iPhone, so on both platforms. And the calendar, actually, I think is just called Calendar, and the tasks are actually called Google Tasks is the name of the app. The key when you're selecting a to-do or a task list app is it's a good idea to have something that you can create custom lists. So that way you can organize your to-dos and your tasks into certain categories. So if you're looking for a digital app beyond these two, make sure that it has a way to make a custom list, and we'll learn more about why in future videos. Another one task list that's very popular is called Todoist. It's hard to say, Todoist, and just look for that app as shown on the screen here, all one word. That is something that is also very popular and ranks really high for a task list. Now for notebooks, there are several options. Microsoft and Gmail have options. Microsoft's option is called OneNote, and Gmail's option is called Google Keep. There's a third option that is very popular that is called Evernote. Now, OneNote and Evernote are organized in a similar fashion, and it kind of reminds me of the spiral-bound notebooks that I used to have in school as a kid. So we used to have these big, thick, like 2-inch spiral-bound notebooks that had tabs for each section or each subject that you're taking, and then there are obviously pages within each tab. And that's the way OneNote and Evernote are set up. They're actually, you can create multiple notebooks actually in both of these platforms, and each notebook can have sections, and each section can have pages. So that way you can organize your notes in a manner like that. Google Keep is a little bit different, and if you notice in your in that center column there, you can access Google Keep from your Gmail. So that's nice in being able to access everything in one place, and that helps with the portability and ease of use. So being able to use it every day is have everything at your fingertips. Google Keep is a little bit different in the sense that it actually kind of reminds me of electronic sticky notes. You get little tiles that you can keep your notes, but you can add tags to those notes to help organize them. And it's just a different way of organizing your notes, so it's still effective. So these are just a sampling of the digital options that are out there for you to use. I just recommend start by downloading some of them onto your phone and just see how they feel. See if that's something that you can easily use on a day-to-day basis, particularly if you already have a Microsoft account or Google account. All these options are free, so they're very cost effective. I will note that Evernote is a free app. However, they do have a pricing structure depending on I believe it depends on how many devices you're going to sync that information to, as well as some functionality as well. So you might want to go to the website and just learn more about that. So this is the digital option. This option is obviously good for the techies out there, people, like I said, that have an office job. That way it is kind of in front of you and with you at all times. I use the Microsoft digital system. I use the Outlook calendar, Microsoft To Do, and OneNote. And I actually use OneNote in my work meetings as well. So I'm taking notes, not just for my day-to-day life, but also work. So all my stuff is in one place. Now, the downside to digital is if you really like that feel of paper and being able to handwrite things down, you obviously do not have that feel here, unless you're really fancy with a tablet with a pen. But either way, you get the idea. A lot of people really like that tactile feel of paper. So the other option is paper. And I categorize these into two different categories, the planners and the journals. Now, a planner is kind of a preset book that has the calendars and task lists and notes already built into it. Now, I don't have a whole lot of examples here because there are so many. And this is really going to be very dependent on your personality and the functionality within that planner itself, and just how you use it. just take a look on the internet and search for, I don't know, best planners of 2020 to get an idea of the popular planners out there, or do a look on Google, or even go to your local office supply store. A lot of times they'll have some available there that you can kind of look at and get an idea if this is the layout is something that you can use and that is suitable for your life. Now, a couple things to be cautious about when you're looking at planners. You want to find a planner, not a calendar. A lot of the items out there are just a calendar. A planner will actually have some sort of blank pages for notes in it. It'll have a place, sometimes they're actually called weekly goals or monthly goals as opposed to a to-do list, but it'll have a place where you can list things out. And some of them are specialized. Sometimes some of them might have pages that allow you to put in your budget. I've seen some that when you first open it up, it has vision board as the first couple of pages where you can sketch out, or you can just a blank page where you can actually brainstorm and dream and do what you want to with it. So they're all very, very different. The thing I would look for is make sure it has a view that is a weekly view, and in that weekly view it has a section where you can actually put in your daily tasks, or a section in the front that might be able to put your weekly tasks. And like I said, it may be called weekly goals versus tasks, but it's the same idea, a place where you can put a list of items to be able to list it out. Now, a journal is actually blank, and there's a system out there called bullet journal. So if you're very artistic and very creative and like to draw and to sketch, this may be a good option for you. And I highly recommend, there's a lot of material on the internet out there on something called bullet journaling. It will show you and teach you how to sketch out calendars and how to kind of organize your journal in a way that you can have a to-do list, you can have your calendars, and you can have a notes section and organizing your notes in a very useful way. So highly recommend, if you are artistic, look into that option. YouTube and Pinterest also have a lot of resources there where people like to share what they're doing with their bullet journals. So you can kind of get an idea of how people are using that particular system. So that's paper. Then the third option is hybrid. Now, hybrid, I would just be very wary about using a hybrid method, because when you have things in multiple places, you're more likely gonna bring one and forget the other. So it's always best to have things in one place in order to meet those rules of being portable and something that you're gonna use every day. However, I could see where writers would really want that paper journal for their notes and for just general journaling and general journaling, as well as just taking their notes, and then have their calendar and to-do list in a digital format. So those are kind of the three options. Like I said, very high level, and this is very personal. So this is something that you really just need to figure out what works for you. And it's okay if you pick something for 2021, and at the end of 2021, you want to try something different. That's how I'm familiar with all these different options, is I've tried a lot of these different options, including bullet journaling at a very high level. I'm not one who's artistic that likes to sketch, but I liked the flexibility that the bullet journaling had, and have incorporated some of the things I've learned there into even my electronic system that I have. So with that in mind, your homework for documentation is start looking at what you want to use to document your life. You don't have to have something selected for the next topic, which is going to be on Reflect. However, you want to start looking and have something in place by the time you reach the last video, which is on Map It Out, because during Map It Out is when you use all these methods. In the meantime, for the next video, just make sure you have a notebook in hand, because you'll need that for when we reflect. And I look forward to sharing with you what it means to reflect on what you've done in the past and how it can be very meaningful for determining your goals for the future. Look forward to talking to you. Have a good day.